Hello, welcome to Keys to the Kingdom. I am Monique. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today is Tuesday, August the 4th, 2026, and I am back with another word, and this one is a great word, okay? But on the flip side, the Father is who he is, and he mean what he say, okay? All right, so this word is going to come from the number 1111 and the number 1133. So I think this is the first time that I've done 1111, but I try to just stay on point with the Lord and not just be running with numbers just to have something to say or put out or whatever. But anyway, so this number 1111 and 1133. So in the Greek, the 1111 means to grumble, murmur, to show smothering discomfort, to grumble, to say something in a low tone. Okay? And it says, so he gave me John 11:11. And it says, after he had said this, he went on to tell them, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm going there to wake him up. I'm going there to wake him. Okay? So he's going to wake Lazarus up. So with that being said, he's trying to tell us to stay in faith. Stay in faith. The miracles, signs, and wonders that he is doing, not is about to do, he is actively doing, because things happen in the spirit first before they happen in the physical. Okay, we just got into the month of August. We just got into the to the hour of completion, or the month of completion, the season of, I'm talking not completion, new beginnings, my apologies. We just got into the season of new beginnings, and of course we expect at 12:01 on August 1st for our new beginning physically. But it doesn't work like that, because God is spiritual, God is spirit. So he is working behind the scenes in the spiritual sense. Okay, so I have here, I'm trying to find my other thing so I have it ready for you instead of having to, okay, that's what I have ready next. Okay, so he's doing miracle signs and wonders in your life. Just like him raising Lazarus from the dead is a miracle, a sign, and a wonder. Okay, all right, so it says the things that seem dead is about to be resurrected. So everything that's in your life that you see that seems dead, your finances, the marriages, the prodigals, whether it's your children, a spouse, a finances, a job, miracles and wonders are being prepared. They are being actively prepared for you. Okay? The angels are working overtime like like little Christmas elves, getting everything ready for Christmas. Okay? All right, so my next verse is going to be, okay, so what was 1133? Okay, so no, that didn't apply. Okay, so 1133, he gave me Romans 11:31 through 33. It says, stop trying to figure it out. Just do what he is. Okay, I'm sorry. That's not the verse. I am like all over the place. I've got so much running through my head right now. Okay. So Romans 11:31 through 33. It says, even so, these also have now been disobedient. So even so, these also have now been disobedient, that through the mercy shown you, they also may obtain mercy. For God has committed them all to disobedience, that he might have mercy on all. Oh, the depths of the riches, both the wisdom and knowledge of God. How unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out. It's like we're trying to figure out how he's going to do this. We're trying to figure out, where is the blessing going to come from, how he's going to drop the blessing and all of that. And, we're trying to figure it out. And it's basically just driving us in circles. And then it eventually gives the enemy a foothold. And then you start to go into doubt, because you're looking over here And this part of your life, it seems dry as I don't know what. You're looking on this side of your life and it's shaky. This part of your life is rocky. Then you got people hating on you for no reason. You got, you know, money looking funny. And you're trying to hold on and you're trying to stay in peace, and the enemy is trying to get you out of your place of peace. So the Lord is reiterating. This is why He keeps saying every other day, every 2 day, every day somebody is coming up with, it's gonna bring this before you, because I'm going through the same thing. All of this stuff that I'm bringing to y'all, I'm going through the same thing too. So I have to get to the point where I can suck it up and get back to my place of peace, go back into worship, do what I need to do. And Lord, I'm sorry for my wavering faith or whatever it is, because you still have to, He knows that we're only human. He knows that the enemy is going to do everything in his power to try to get us to get off of our game, to get us to backslide, to get us to go and do our own will instead of doing the will of the Father. He's going to keep trying to do that. And now with everything, basically like on edge, because you're in a state of anticipation, you're waiting, you're excited, like your spirit is leaping for joy because you're so excited for these things. But then you look around and it's like dry county. Nothing is looking like the promise. But that's when God works His best. Is when everything is in total chaos. Okay, so I got one more. Okay, so it says, stop trying to figure it out. Just do what He is telling you to do. Keep your mind stayed on Him. Okay, so my next verse is going to be Hebrews 11, verse 8 through 39. So, we're going to read all of that. And it's going to, encourage your spirit. And let you know, like the people in the Bible, they didn't have no choice but to have faith, because their lives was way harder than ours. Okay, at least we got air conditioner. I mean, you can't even put a price on that. No way, shape, or form. But anyway, so this is Hebrews 11, verse 8 through 39. And it says, by faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to the place which he would receive as an inheritance. And he went out not knowing where he was going. By faith he dwelt in the land of promise, as in a foreign country, dwelling in tents with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he waited for the city which had foundations. Whose builder and maker is God. How many of y'all been sent to a foreign land? You didn't even know where you were at, where you were going. You didn't know nobody there. I'm raising my hand because I've been there. Okay. By faith, Sarah herself also received strength to conceive seed, and she bore a child when she was past the age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore, from one man, and him as good as dead, were born as many as the stars of the sky, in multitude innumerable as the sand which is by the seashore. These all died in faith, not having received the promise, but having seen them afar off, were assured of them, embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a homeland. And truly, if they had called to mind that country from which they had come out, they would have had opportunity to return. But now they desire a better, that is, a heavenly country. Therefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for He has prepared a city for them. Okay, so I'm on 17. By faith Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac, and he who had received the promise offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said, in Isaac your seed shall be called, concluding that God was able to raise him up, even from the dead, from which he also received him in a figurative sense. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph and worshiped, leaning on top of his staff. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph and worshiped, leaning on the top of his staff. Now, this man is old, and he's leaning on his staff, worshiping God, because he has faith. He believed in his father, and his father delivered. Okay, I'm on 22. By faith, Joseph, when he was dying, made mention of the departure of the children of Israel and gave instruction concerning his bones. Okay, by faith, Moses, when he was born, was hidden 3 months by his parents because they saw he was a beautiful child and they were not afraid of the king's command. By faith, Moses, when he became of age, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the passing pleasures of sin, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he looked to the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. By faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he who destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, whereas the Egyptians attempting to do so were drowned. Okay, we almost there. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were encircled for 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab did not perish with those who did not believe, when she had received the spies with peace. And what more shall I say? For the time would fall. Okay. And what more shall I say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon and Barak and Samson and Jephthah, also of David and Samuel and the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, worked righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of the lions, quenched the violence of fires, escaped the edge of the sword. Out of the weaknesses were made strong. Out of the weakness were made strong, became violent in battle, turned to fight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again. Others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. Still others had trial of mockings and scourgings, yes, and of chains and imprisonment. They were stoned, they were swayed in two, were tempted, were slain with swords. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and mountains, in dens and caves of the earth. And all these, having obtained a good testimony through faith, did not receive the promise. Now that is a lot to take in, because all of the great people in the Bible, they had to have faith. Even the ones that died with faith, the ones that never saw the promise, they still had faith. They had faith in Jesus and his resurrection, but they didn't even get to see his return. Some died in faith is the main part. So the Lord is asking you now to just have faith. Like, I'm working it out. I am working miracle signs and wonders in your life. Things have aligned. They're not aligning. They have aligned. And it is time. The time is now. Have faith. Just stay in faith. That's all I'm asking you to do right now. Is to stay in faith and to do what I've told you to do. Whether it's your ministry, your business, whatever it is that he's telling you to make your hands diligent, that is what he wants you to do, and to stay in faith. That's it. Everything else is going to be smooth sailing. And to repent and to tell others about Jesus. That's it. That's all he's asking. So I would advise every time you go into that, state or whatever, just pick up your Bible, go into Hebrews 11 and just read the whole thing. Or pick a Bible story. David, number one, Moses, Abraham, Joseph, especially, excuse me, Joseph, who else? Deborah. There's so many. Jesus himself, Paul, all of the disciples. Just pick up a story and just read it and see how you can find the faith in that to hold on to in your situation. Like, Lord, I'm going to hold on to you like Abraham did. I'm going to hold on to you like Sarah did when you said that she was going to have a baby, even though she laughed about it, but you still made a way. Even though she was 100 years old when she got pregnant or when she had the baby, I'm still going to hold on to my promise. And before you know it, you're in a totally different mood. And if you have to do that 67 times a day just to stay in faith, do it 67 times a day. Okay? So that's the word I got for you right now. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you back on the next video. Please stay in faith, y'all. We right there. We are right there. We are right there. Okay? Stay in faith. Have a great day.